Hey, this is my 5th strategy video, and it's showing you how to do a profit rush. It might be one of the cheaper moves in the game, but it works pretty well, so... Okay, I'm gonna speed this up a little because it took me a while to find a game. Okay, I'm gonna be playing as Profit, obviously, in a 1v1 on Xbox Live. This video is also gonna show you how to counter a warthog rush using the Profit. I'm gonna be facing a major who's playing as Professor Anders, and I'm gonna win in pretty much 7 minutes. First off, like usual when you're playing with the Covenant, you build a temple first, then a warehouse, and then you send your ghost off to scout for resources. I have a general rule whether or not to build a shield generator in a 1v1 match. If I'm facing Anders or the Prophet, I usually build a shield generator after I build my first warehouse, so that's my 3rd building. And if I'm facing the Chieftain, the Arbiter, Forge, or Cutter, I usually don't build a shield generator until later in the game. Okay, I'm going to speed things up a little here. If you're ever unsure about whether or not to build a shield generator, send your ghost over to their base and see if they're making warthogs. That's probably the best thing to do. And I just noticed that they had a couple already, so I decided to make the shield generator as the 3rd building. In general, it's better not to use the shield generator when you're rushing, because you can give your Prophet Blessed Immolation and get a lot more resources faster, but it would be too risky not to. Okay, I'm a little bit behind here. As soon as your Prophet's done, send him towards the enemy base, but make him gather resources on the way because you're going to need them. See, if I hadn't built that shield generator, I would have already had Blessed Immolation, which is the first upgrade you should give your Prophet. Gives them dual fuel rod guns. Yeah, so like I said, they did try the Warthog Rush. Luckily, the Warthog Rush is really easy to predict, and once you get a shield generator up, it makes it pretty much useless, so it worked out well. Too bad Anders doesn't have the luxury of a shield generator like Covenant do, so it shouldn't be too hard. Always keep your ghost scouting for resources until all the resources on the map are gone pretty much. And get your Prophet to attack the most crucial building. In this case, I want to take out the resource supply by taking out the supply pads. Because you can build warthogs with any tech level. Otherwise, it'd probably take out the reactor if they were building any other type of unit. I just researched Blessed Immolation because it makes the Prophet's attack a lot stronger. Right now it's really weak, especially against warthogs and buildings. So you really should have Blessed Immolation researched by 2 minutes or 1 minute 30 seconds or something like that. But in this case I didn't have research because I was building the shield generator for defense. He managed to attack me with about 5 warthogs, which is enough to kill or at least heavily damage a Prophet. So once his shields are down, I'm going to recall him using the leader recall power after I get these resources. And always make sure you attack the weaker warthogs first. See, look, as long as he keeps them moving, the warthogs can dodge the cleansing beam. So I'm going to leader recall the Prophet since his shields are down. And that means all the money they spent on trying to kill the Prophet with those warthogs and all the ones I killed is pretty much a waste because his shields are just going to go back up. So that's what I like about the Prophet's shields. It's kind of ironic that the best unit in the game, in my opinion, is an old guy in a pimped out wheelchair. So I'm upgrading most of my warehouses to Blessed Warehouse with my extra money, and I'm also making the barracks to produce hunters because it's mostly making warthogs, and hunters are really good for warthogs. So as soon as I recalled them, I immediately sent him up to the front because by the time he got there, his shields would already be back up and recharged. Since I just finished researching the first upgrade for the Prophet's beam, I'm gonna beam to death more of the buildings, and there's his army of warthogs that are attacking my base. If he's building any other buildings in his open building slots, immediately beam those because they're incredibly weak when they're being built. They're really vulnerable. Right now I'm starting to make hunters, and I also locked down my base because sending hunters out one at a time, the warthogs will just ram them to death. But if they're together, they can easily take them out quickly. So that's his last supply pad down. So he's out of resources unless he has another base somewhere, so I'm going to send my ghost to look for that. Okay, my shields are almost down, so it's time to unlock my base soon. Another interesting thing about this map is that in the middle of the map there's an Uber turret that I would take if this game lasted any longer, and you can use it to target any area on the map. Okay, I'm gonna recall my leader and unlock my base at the same time and see if I can beat this army of warthogs.
All units.
I go.
Local units. Local units. Local units. Shield generator complete.
If your enemy destroys any buildings, I recommend remaking them as soon as they're away from that spot.
What now? What is required?
Now that their army is destroyed, I recommend sending your leader up to their base and destroying it before they can rebuild.
You are victorious.
I guess he gave up because there really wasn't much left he could do. This strategy requires a lot of micromanaging, but it is very effective if you know how to use it well. Some people consider it cheap, but personally I think the Warthog Rush is a lot cheaper. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.